Well, hello everybody, I am Spectacular, the Silver Stacular, and I bought gold in January of 2024. That's right, I'm back in my very own gold challenge. I invited you all. I just gonna say, Spectacular, I think you lost your marbles, and I probably did because gold is now well over $2,000 an ounce, and I was able to buy a whole ounce of gold via this old buffalo design right here. So I was able to get this beautiful buffalo. Listen, I know. Before we would usually get like gold, I don't know, close to 2,000, and we used to say, man, it's almost $2,000 an ounce for gold after the premium. Now we are beyond that for sure. You know, it is what it is. It's still a preservation, a storage of wealth, and I think one day when we need it, gold will be there. I've definitely bought and sold gold. I know that it's been there for me. I know that I've done well with gold. Gold is not like your collector's flip, right? And what do I mean by that? You get a nice collector's coin of some sort, and you can end up flipping that for a good price over what you paid for it, right? Gold is kind of a slow incline if you end up trying to sell it. The idea is not selling it, storing your wealth in this small little tight package, watching it kind of fight against inflation. It's not going to totally beat inflation. Inflation's been going nuts lately. It's going to fight against it. It's going to help you out, right? Typically, when you have a dollar bill, the dollar just kind of like just starts to be weaker and weaker and weaker. And that's just how it works. You know, they keep on printing money. There's more of it out there. Things cost more money. Inflation is what it is. This stuff right here just kind of, tends to hold up a little bit better. And do I say it holds up 100%? It just totally, no, I'm not saying that. I don't agree with that. It's fighting it better, I think, than your dollar is. Even though you might have a strong dollar, people get excited, right? Oh, the dollar's, gaining strength right now. That's great, but it still costs a whole bunch of dollars to buy anything. I was telling my kids, I was like, man, I remember I used to have $5. And I could go around and buy all kinds of, cool little things. I remember my Ninja Turtle toys were like, I think they were like $5.99 or right at the $5 price point, right? At the time, I begged my mom for a Ninja Turtle action figure. And she would be like, no, not today. It's a lot of money, $5. Today, those same toys, they're like $20 for the same exact type of toy. It's gotten ridiculous. $19.99 if you want to go there. Whatever. It's just nuts. It's inflation is here. I remember those silver rounds, those really cool ones with like the three-headed Hydra, and they said, inflation is coming. It's here. We got it. We got it like crazy. I remember somebody on one of the comments, they were saying, inflation's better and better in 2023. End of 2023. Here it is 2024 making this video, but they were talking about the end of 2023 saying that inflation's getting better. I'm thinking like getting better, you mean it's just not skyrocketing in a straight up style pattern, this peak that it's going into. Right, it's coming down to where it's almost at a normal year by year level. It's not better, it's not coming down, we're not recovering from those numbers that we end up getting, shot up against. I think everybody probably is like, hey, I almost regret taking all that free money. You remember that free money that came to us in the form of stimulus checks? If you were, needing it enough, let's just say that if you had a certain household income, you were eligible to get this free money basically from the government. Everybody's like, man, free money. Most of us knew that nothing's free. They were going to take that money somehow, and it sure seems like they've gotten it back and more, does it not? Anyways, what am I talking about right now? I'm talking about this beautiful buffalo, 1 ounce, 4 nines fine gold. I am in the gold challenge. I, encourage you to, as you can, each month, buy a little bit of gold. Now listen, I'm over here blasting a full ounce, right? I'm going to have people that are like, wow, Spectacular, I was able to get 6 ounces this month. Like, you're weak in the gold game, Spectacular. Hey, listen, that's great, man. To each their own. And then some people are going to be like, I could only get a gram this month. That's the best I could do. 1 gram, I got hit on the premiums. It is what it is. If that's the best you can do, then guess what? That's the best you can do. And I supported, everybody watching should be able to support the best that somebody can do. You do get hit on the premiums as you start to come down on the size of the gold, right? So obviously, like the gram gold's really, really going to smack you in the face when it comes to the premiums. Now, if you sell peer to peer, which means you and I do a business transaction, right? And we avoid a shop, we tend to get some of that premium, most of that premium usually back when you go to sell to those people. When you sell to a shop, you may get hit. In fact, my local shop, when I went to go check their buy prices, they're Americans Gold Eagles. They were buying them at spot price, the exact spot price. So, typically American Gold Eagles and Silver Eagles are also kind of a similar thing because there's a premium that you end up getting back on those items. Right now, it's a different game. It's not the same as it was just a couple of years ago, so be aware of that. If you are in that, that need of selling, right? There's been a few times, in my life where I've sold gold, I've sold silver. It is what it is. I end up selling it for things that to me are, worthwhile at the time. I bought a very large gun at one point and I needed some gold to fund that. And, it is what it is. One thing for another. I didn't lose on the gold. That was something I was thankful for. I ended up doing decent on it. But maybe you end up selling your gold or your silver, your assets that are basically just sitting there, right? They're just hanging out. Maybe you sell some of that for something that clears off some of those credit cards or something that's accumulating interest, right? That might be a good idea for some people, right? You got these big credit cards, you're one of those kind of people, and then you think, hey, I'm going to buy, some gold and silver too on the side. You might want to change your focus until some of those crazy interest payments get nailed down a little bit. Just a thought, some of that, what's his name? Dave Ramsey, some of that Dave Ramsey thinking right there. And then once you have just basically investment money, cash to burn, that's when you can get into some of this stuff right here a little bit harder. You can end up getting into other things too, for sure. But anyways, that's my thing. 2024, I'm going to try my best every single month to buy myself an ounce of gold or less. I'm not probably going to go like 2 ounces in a month or something crazy. Some months, it might end up being less. The recession is also, here with us right now. A lot of people are having a hard time. Rents, from what I've known here in Florida, rent has been coming down a little bit, but it's not like it was by any means. Insurance rates here in Florida are nuts. Things like that right there can really hurt people because especially people that are on like some kind of set budget. And they were like, okay, I can afford this, and this. And now you got these numbers that are getting out of whack. And there goes some of that gold money, doesn't it? Because now it's covering the insurance or, whatever, higher than expected interest rates or increased inflation with your food bills and your other necessities. It's a pain. I know. We're going to get through it. So I'm just saying to you all that I plan on getting an ounce or less every single month. And I'm pretty confident with what I got going on that I should be able to get at least a 10th ounce every single month. And I did that, 2021, I believe. 2021, I believe I did the gold challenge where it was exactly a 10th ounce every single month. And I came through pretty good on that. And then in 2022, I kind of came in a little bit different where I was getting some sort of gold and maybe I would get like a 90% St. Gaudens double eagle or something like that. And I would count that for that month. And, so whatever you can do though. I'm just telling you what I can do or what I'm going to try to do. And for you, I want you to do whatever you can do. Don't get yourself in some kind of bind because of Spegtacular trying to challenge you, right? Make sure you have money for everything else going on. What I don't want to see is you sell your gold immediately, right? The idea is if you do sell your gold, you come up as a winner, maybe years and years later, fund some kind of thing, get into retirement, whatever the case may be. That I would love to see, right? This thing right here really helping you out in the future. What I don't really want to see from you is you buy that, gold piece this month. You've said, hey, I've done the challenge, and then the car breaks down. It's going to cost you, $2,000 to get the fix on it. And there goes that gold you just ended up buying, now most likely at a loss. That's not the goal here at all. So be aware of that. And hopefully I can see you into this gold challenge all the way through 2024 into 2025. That's the goal here. So anyways, keep on keeping at it. Gold, silver, bullion in general has been a little bit stale lately, and that's good for us because maybe prices can be relaxed a little bit. Premiums have definitely been relaxed a little bit, so that's a good time for the buyers that know what they're doing, that do this stuff over a long term. You know, we're coming in, we're like, yep, been there, done that, we know how this works. And other people are like, oh, I'm not going to bother right now. This stuff is not exciting. And then, you know, when they get excited, when the prices end up going up and they think they missed an opportunity, that's when they come back into the game. Most of us are not like that. We are little by little, you know, over a long term, and that's the best way to be, right? Anyways, I got to go for now. I got my piece. Tell me about yours down in the comments below. Hopefully you're in this challenge this year in 2024. This is my January contribution. Spegtacular is out. Well, hello everybody. I seek to educate and entertain through my journey of collecting coins and stacking precious metals. I encourage you to subscribe and please stay with me on this journey. I am Spegtacular, the Silver Stacular. You know, when I was a kid, we did this every day in school, and I believe we need to bring this back a little bit, and I'm going to start right now. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.